Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
Former Missouri pitcher Max Scherzer has accomplished some pretty amazing things at the big league level. He's won the Cy Young Award, started an All-Star game, and led the American League in wins. But last night, he accomplished something he's never done before. The 29-year-old pitched his first ever complete game against the Chicago White Sox. His 178 starts prior to the game were the most any pitcher had thrown in modern baseball history without completing a game. Scherzer gave up just 3 hits and also struck out 8 batters on the night. That helped Detroit get a much-needed division win. Scherzer is scheduled to make his next start Tuesday night against the Royals. In Missouri, there's kind of a big brother, little brother relationship between the Cardinals and the Royals. The Cards have won multiple World Series this decade. The Royals haven't been to the playoffs since 1985. But on Tuesday night, little brother KC was trying to win the 4-game set between the two teams. The Royals took 2 of the first 3 in this home and away series Sunday night at Kauffman Stadium. In the first, check out the defense by Alex Gordon. Laying out for that ball in left field, amazing defense. Top 2, the Cards strike first. Peter Borges hits this ball to right center. That would score John Jay. However, Borges is only batting .211 on the year, kind of struggling as of right now. In the 6th we go, Aoki steps up and slices this ball fair down the left field line. Escobar trots home to cut the deficit to just 1 run. And then same inning, and here comes the Kansas City offense. Eric Hosmer hits a single to right, and we are tied at 2. In fact, all the runs came in the 6th. Salvador Perez joins in and grounds one up the middle with 2 outs. Royals take the lead on that play, 3-2. It would be for good, because in the 9th, Greg Holland comes in and gets the strikeout with a tiny runner on base. The throw to first is in time, and the Royals upset Big Brother. You know, location is very important in baseball, and no, I'm not talking about pitch command. MLB.com reports that Cardinals pitcher Michael Wacha will in fact make his next scheduled start on Monday. This is after he got hit not once, but twice off of line drives on Wednesday night. The second of which came while Wacha was actually in the dugout. Ball hit him directly in the right elbow. That forced him to leave after 6 innings, and talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Fortunately, he sustained no serious injury. And sticking with the Cards, they took on the Diamondbacks Thursday night looking for the sweep. The Redbirds trailed 2-0 early on, but in the bottom of the 6th, Shane Robinson laced that ball into the gap in left center. Make that a 2-run double as both Alan Craig and Johnny Peralta trot home. We are knotted up at 2. Moving on to the 7th, Alan Craig hits a liner just over the head of Arizona's second baseman. That's Matt Holliday, you'll see in a second, running the bases. He's 34 years old, but he's still got some speed, booking it all the way from first base to score the go-ahead run. Then in the 8th, Matt Robinson comes to the plate. He hits a blooper that just lands in center field. Shane Robinson comes home to give the Cards the 2-run cushion, and that would stand as the final score on the night. St. Louis wins 4-2 to complete its very first sweep of the year. Birds are now within 2 games of first place in the NL Central. Great teams aren't measured by talent alone, but instead how they respond in the face of adversity. A year ago, the San Antonio Spurs were just seconds away from an NBA championship, but experienced one of the most heartbreaking losses in finals history. San Antonio waited an entire year for a chance at revenge against the Heat, and the team has responded with some of its best play of the season. The 2 teams split the first 2 games in Miami, but since the series has shifted to South Beach, the Spurs have absolutely embarrassed the 2-time defending champs in front of their home crowd. Thanks to some beautiful ball movement leading to some of the best shooting in NBA Finals history, San Antonio coasted to its 2nd straight victory last night and is now just 1 win away from the title. Kansas City and Toronto, start of a 4-game set. We go to top 2. Royals trail 2-0 when Salvador Perez steps to the plate and launches this bomb to left field. That would get the Royals on the board and make it a score of 2-1. In the 4th now we go, and Alex Gordon would come to the plate and slices this ball down the left field line. It would go out of play, make that a ground rule double, tack on 1 more run, and we have a tie ball game. All the way to the 9th, last chance for the Royals. Perez hits what looks like the game-ending ground out, but no! Jose Reyes makes a bad throw, and this one is going to extra innings. In the 10th, Omar Infante comes up big with this rope of a drive to left field. 2 runs would score as the Royals hold on for a thrilling and much-needed 8-6 victory. Meanwhile, the Cards were taking on the NL West leading Giants. First inning, no score. Alan Craig gets this ball off the end of the bat. That would go down the right field line for a ground rule double. Matt Carpenter gets to come home on the play. 1-0 Birds early. Top 2, same score. Michael Moore steps in and, well, You know, it's never a good thing when Matt Holliday barely even moves out in left field. Morse would wind up having a big day, and we're evened at 1. 2-2 in the fourth, and John May sends this ball into the right center. 1 run would score. Jay tries to stretch the play to 2, but he may have gone a little bit too greedy. That would end the inning as he's thrown out at second base. Still 3-2 in the sixth, but not for much longer. That's Pablo Sandoval, the Kung Fu Panda, as he's called. Dinger ties up the game at 3 apiece. And then in the top of the 8th, yes, I told you that Morse would indeed have a big day. He drives this ball to the opposite field. It gets past a diving Borges. 2 runs will score. The Cards could not recover as they fell in Game 1 of the series, 6-5. Former Missouri defensive end Coney Ely will go from being a Tiger in college to pairing up with another former Tiger in the pros. Ely is now officially teammates with former Auburn quarterback Cam Newton after signing his rookie contract with the Carolina Panthers last night. Ely took to Twitter to announce the news, saying that he's blessed to join the team, and of course, he threw in the team's official hashtag, #KeepBounding. The exact terms of the contract have not yet been announced for the second-round draft pick, but the deal is expected to be for about 4 years. The news from Rockbridge wasn't all negative on the day. The baseball team met up with Blue Springs South for the 3rd time this season in the Class 5 state semis. The team split their games during the year, so this would be the all-important rubber match. Logan Tweehouse on the mound for the Bruins, and man, was he dealing. Didn't really matter who came to the plate because he'd send them back to the dugout in a few seconds. Tweehouse, also the football team's starting quarterback. He gave up just 3 hits and got some help from his defense on this play. That is a 6-4-3 double play. Beautiful work in the infield. In the 4th inning, the offense got going. Michael Buxton lays down this squeeze bunt to score Matt Wildham from 3rd. Bruins get on the board. And then in the 5th, Connor Brumfield got a hold of this pitch, hitting what looks like the green monster out in right field. Make that a double. Brumfield would then score off of this infield single from Kyle Teeter, which makes it 2-0. The score would stand as Rockbridge will be going to the state championship for the first time in school history.